watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 11th of July. India hosts second BIMSTEC foreign ministers retreat. China reiterates claim on India's Arunachal Pradesh, raises objection on development work in the region. And Pakistan authorized spy agency to intercept phone calls and messages. And now for all the details. Dignitaries from Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Nepal and Thailand landed in India on Thursday to attend the two-day second BIMSTEC foreign minister retreat. Indian Foreign Minister hosted the representative in national capital New Delhi and said that the discussions with his counterparts will be helpful in infusing new energies, resources and commitment towards BIMSTEC cooperation. The retreat will present an opportunity for the foreign ministers of BIMSTEC nations to discuss avenues to broaden and deepen cooperation in various sectors, including security, connectivity, trade and investment in the Bay of Bengal region, the MEA said. The first edition of the BIMSTEC Foreign Ministers Retreat was held in Thailand in 2023. It aims to strengthen relationships and foster economic development among its 7 member states, which include Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Myanmar, Nepal, Sri Lanka and Thailand. A day after Reuters reported on New Delhi's plan to speed up hydropower projects in the northeastern state of Arunachal Pradesh, China has claimed India has no right to carry out development projects in the region. In a statement, China's foreign ministry spokesperson reiterated Beijing's claim on India's northeastern state and said India's development and establishments in the region violate their claims. China claims Arunachal Pradesh is part of southern Tibet. However, New Delhi has repeatedly rejected this claim. India has maintained that the remote northeastern state is an integral part of the country. New Delhi argues that repeatedly stating baseless arguments will not lend validity to Beijing's claims. Pakistan has authorized its army-run spy agency, the Inter-Services Intelligence (ISI), to tap telephone calls and messages, strengthening its key role in the nation's politics. In a notification issued earlier this week, the Information Ministry said the government authorization was granted to the ISI in the interest of national security. Pakistan's Law Minister Azam Nazir Tarar said the measure would be restricted to tracking criminal and terrorist activities and that the government would ensure it did not infringe on people's lives and privacy. However, opposition politicians and social media users voiced concerns over potential misuse or privacy violations. The opposition PTI party, led by jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan, who previously backed ISI surveillance of telephone calls, has opposed the government's move. They argue that such authorization will lead the agency to wield its power even against lawmakers. The powerful military, which has ruled Pakistan for almost half its independent history, can make or break government. The new powers for its spy agency ISI have raised widespread alarm. Meanwhile, the MQM founder Altaf Hussain has strongly criticized the decision of Pakistan's government of counter-insurgency operation in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan and said it will shed the bloods of Pakhtuns. A report.
The MQM chief Altaf Hussain on Wednesday condemned the Pakistan government decision of counter-insurgency operation named Azm-e-Ishtikam in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan province. Hussain, in a video message, has demanded the Pakistan government and army to not shed the bloods of Pashtuns under the guise of operations against the Taliban. He asserted that such operations are often directed against democratic parties opposing military rule. He accused the Pakistani military and intelligence services of creating the Taliban.
खुदारा पख्तूनों का खून और मत बहाओ ऑपरेशन की आड़ में तालिबान किसने बनाए थे? फौजियों तुमने बनाए थे। आज उन्हीं का नाम लेकर तुम फिर खैबर पख्तूनख्वा के अवाम को आग और खून में नहलाना चाहते हो। हम तुम्हें ऐसा नहीं करने देंगे।
Hussain demanded an immediate halt to military operations in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan, threatening a united struggle by oppressed groups to save Pakistan. He called for unity among all oppressed groups in Pakistan to resist this operation.
पख्तूनख्वा में ऑपरेशन नहीं करना बलूचिस्तान में जारी ऑपरेशन बंद कर दो, वरना बहुत जल्द फिर बहुत बड़े बड़े फैसले हम करेंगे और पाकिस्तान को बचाएंगे। फौजी जर्नल करप्ट, फौजी जजेस करप्ट, फौजी सरमायादार करप्ट, पॉलिटिशियंस करप्ट, सरमायादार मुर्दाबाद। पाकिस्तान के मजलूम और पाक मजलूमों के पाक मजलूमों का, ईमानदार लोगों का पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद।
However, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has maintained that operation is aimed at terrorists. His decision comes amid a dramatic increase in violent incidents over the past 18 months, mostly claimed by the TTP.
After a senior UN official request, Pakistan authorities on Wednesday announced that it will extend the registration cards of 1.5 billion Afghan refugees for 1 year. The announcement followed the discussion on the status of the refugees between Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Filippo Grandi, chief of the United Nations Refugee Agency, who visited Pakistan earlier this week. Sharif told Grandi that international community must recognize the burden being shouldered by Pakistan as it hosts a large refugee population and demonstrate collective responsibility. Last November, Pakistan launched a widely criticized repatriation program aimed at returning millions of Afghans regardless of their legal status. Pakistan currently hosts nearly 3 million Afghans, with close to 2.4 million possessing some form of legal documentation. Around 13 Indian fishermen were apprehended by Sri Lankan authorities on Thursday for allegedly poaching in Sri Lankan waters. In a statement, the Sri Lankan Navy said the force, along with the Coast Guard, conducted a special operation in the wee hours of Thursday to chase away Indian trawlers poaching in Sri Lankan waters off Delt Island, Jaffna. The operation resulted in the seizure of 3 Indian trawlers and the apprehension of 13 Indian fishermen who continued to remain in Sri Lankan waters, the statement added. The seized trawlers, together with the Indian fishermen, were later handed over to the Meladi Fisheries Inspector for onward legal proceedings. So far, the Sri Lankan authorities have seized a total of 35 Indian trawlers and 252 Indian fishermen. India and Sri Lanka share an expansive oceanic border without a clearly defined demarcation. Fishermen from both the countries frequently stray into each other's territory while netting their catch and end up spending years in jail. Bangladesh Supreme Court temporarily suspended the reinstated quotas for coveted government jobs on Wednesday after nationwide protests by students against the reservation system. According to a report by news agency UNB, a 5-justice bench led by Chief Justice Ubaidul Hassan ordered a 4-week status quo on the quotas and urged protesting students to return to their classes. However, the protesting students have said they will continue their protest until a permanent government executive order is issued abolishing the reservation system. The quota system in Bangladesh reserves more than half of government jobs for certain sections, with around 13% reserved for the families of 1971 freedom fighters. The reservation for first and second class jobs was abolished by the government following similar protests by students in 2018. However, earlier last month, the High Court in Bangladesh ruled against the 2018 government order, reinstating the quotas in government jobs. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow.